President Trump continues to come up with real policies that mean something. Policies that will put money back in your pocket. Policies that will ease inflation. The no tax on tips, Kamala Harris steals it. But what about this one from President Trump? This one's fabulous.
We will have no tax on tips.
Wait for it, folks. Wait for it.
We will have no tax on overtime. And no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors. No tax.
Consider this. Most workers in America today are hourly workers. Most workers not only work overtime, but actively seek out overtime. If you're not getting taxed on overtime, you now have a raise like you would not believe. And here's the greatest part of this. As a business owner myself, when I pay overtime, I have to pay payroll tax on that overtime. So if there's no taxes on overtime, I'm not having to pay taxes on the overtime. I get a worker straight. I'm not going to say for free because I got to pay them the time and a half. But I got a worker, no cost to me from a government perspective. Now I'd be less afraid to give people overtime. So this will have the effect of saving the money on the taxes, and it will have an effect on an opportunity for even more overtime if you want to work it. Why didn't somebody think about this before? Tell me. Now, what kind of effect will this have on revenue? I believe it'll take a little time, but the revenue should either even out or bring in more revenue to the government because you will have companies that are far more productive than they were before. And the income that they make, not payroll taxes, but the income that they make, they'll be having to pay tax on that increased income. That comes into a bottom line of government coffers. All of these things are about productivity. Think about what Kamala Harris offers up to the American people. They're non-productivity policies. We're going to give you more vacation time. We are going to limit the days that you have to work. We want to go to a 4-day work week. Folks, this isn't about increasing American productivity so we can compete on a world stage. This is about decreasing American productivity. When you decrease American productivity, what do you think happens to the corporation? It is going to make less money than it did before. So now not only are you decreasing productivity from the worker, you're not making payroll tax on them. You're decreasing productivity from a company standpoint. They're going to make less money. You're going to make less on income taxes from them. So their answer then, of course, is to charge a higher rate of income tax, which maybe will balance itself out if the companies don't just decide to say, you know what, I'm not working in America anymore. We're going to go to India and we're going to build our goods there. I'm going to have everybody go be offshore and they're going to work remotely over the computer in Turkey. I don't know. Someplace other than the United States. But this is what they do not contemplate. Is the adverse effect of letting people be lazy, giving them stuff for free. I believe Americans want to work. I really do. I believe Americans want to be productive. There is nothing like going to work after a hard day's work. You go home, you have dinner with the family, maybe you sit and you watch some football or something like that. And then you go on about your life and then you go to sleep and you do it all again, but you feel good about yourself. You ever been out of a job? I'm sure you have. Everybody has. I've been fired before. You don't feel good about yourself. Maybe you got some money saved up and you're not stressed about it, but it's still not the productive day that you want to have. You want to be productive. The Democrats do not understand this, folks. I'm convinced that they do not understand this.